Today I'm taking a look at Joe Musashi. Now he is the main protagonist in Sega's Shinobi series. First introduced in 1987, this original Shinobi hero has achieved great popularity during the 1980s and early 1990s when it was used as one of Sega's mascot characters. During this time, he was cast as the protagonist of the original arcade game, as well as the Mega Drive/Genesis sequels, The Revenge of Shinobi, Shinobi 3, Return of the Ninja Master, also starring in two Game Gear titles. The Mega Drive/Genesis game Shadow Dancer, The Secret of Shinobi, also starred Joe Musashi in its overseas release, although the character was originally written to be his estranged son in the Japanese version. In more recent Shinobi titles, he appears as an unlockable character in the 2002 Shinobi and follow-up Nightshade in Shinobi 3D, which stars his father, Jiro, however you pronounce that. A little bit about Joe Musashi here. His primary weapons in most games are his shuriken or kuni knives. He also has the sword Hazy Moon, or Abaru Suji. I think that's how you say it, I'm not sure. Which is able to charge for a powerful special attack and knows various ninjutsu skill techniques and spells. Outside of Shinobi video games, Joe Musashi is also a playable character in the racing game Sonic and All Stars Race and Transform, where he rides a quad bike and is able to throw fireballs, and appeared in Sonic the Comic as a protagonist of the stories The Dark Circle, Fear Pavilion, The Art of War, Way of the Warrior, and Power of the Elements. The Shinobi series BGM compilation was released by Wavemaster in 2009 as Shinobi Music Collection, Legend of Joe Musashi. The identity of the protagonist in Shadow Dancer, The Secret of Shinobi, released in 1990, differs between versions of the Japanese versions. Players controlled Hayata, the estranged son of Joe Musashi, born in 1977, who was raised in New York by a martial arts instructor named Dixie Kato after being separated from his birth parents. This backstory was discarded in the overseas versions in favor of making Joe Musashi himself the protagonist and having Kato be one of his young students. The original 1999 Shadow Dancer arcade simply starred a nameless ninja. Although the various home conversions would give him different identities as well, the manual for the home computer ports produced by US Gold claimed that he is Joe Musashi, while the Master System names him as Takashi and the package in the manual, and Fuma during the game's attractive sequence. Other relatives of Joe Musashi include his grandson, namesake from the Cyber Shinobi, and his father, Jiro Musashi, from Shinobi 3D. So, I just wanted to beg the question, who is the greatest ninja in all of video game history? And for me, Joe Musashi is definitely up there. I don't know if he's the greatest, most talented ninja, but he is definitely up there. He has ninjutsu abilities, various magics. He can protect himself with lightning. He can call down fireballs from the skies. He's very, as you see in Shinobi 3, right here, the gameplay, he comes into his element with the speed. I mean, the game developers really showed off how fast he can be, how agile he can be with his jump kicks here. His kuni knives, I mean, he's pretty deadly with them. I mean, it's like throwing darts on a dartboard. I mean, he'd probably get 100 every time he threw a kuni knife at a dartboard. The guy's he knows how to basically one with animals. Like, I mean, he can ride a horse. Coming up, you'll see a sequence here in a little while while how he's riding a horse, and he's skillful in other areas. Shadow Dancer, you've got a dog with you, and it's his companion, and you can use the dog to attack other enemies. Not all enemies, but some of the enemies. And here he is, like I said, he's just riding a horse, and so he's skillful in a lot of areas. Just a fantastic character. I love the design of Joe Musashi. all the way from the original arcade, that I played back in the day, way back in the day. and all the way through the trilogy. You know, I say trilogy because I don't know if Shadow Dancer was really considered a actual part of a trilogy, part of the Shinobi series on the Mega Drive, but I'm thinking that it is. Joe Musashi was received and remembered so well that he has continued to be often featured in retrospective top lists even many years after he has last started any title. As such, he was included in many top 10 lists of video games ninja characters, including being ranked as second by Crunch Gear in 2008, as fifth by Unreality in 2009, as 8 by Screw Attack, and second by PC World in 2010, as 5th by Machinimas.com, Steven Larson 7th by Cheat Code Central in 2011. Including him on their top 10 list, Virgin Media called him the quintessential video game ninja of the early days of gaming, while according to the yet another top 10 list by Crave Online, he was also featured on by Play's 2011 top 10 ninja characters for the PlayStation consoles, with a comment regarding his replacement for the 2002 Shinobi by some Burt called Hatsume, whoever that is, and ranked as the 4th swiftest ninja by Complex in 2012. In 2000, GameSpot's news editor Shahad Ahmad named Joe Musashi as his unquestionable favorite all-time video game character of any kind, adding that it was Musashi's complex mix of subtle style and violent fury that was so appealing. In 2004, OneUp.com ranked Musashi as their #1 video game ninja ever, adding Hatsume Who. Game Daily ranked him as the second top Sega character in 2008, beyond only Sega's flagship character Sonic the Hedgehog. Wow. And in 2009 also listed the Badass Ninja as the 5th best video game archetype, and included him on the 2004 list of top 10 forces of good. Retro Gamer opened that ninjas are just plain cool, and Shinobi, aka Joe Musashi, is by far the most impressive member of this elite group of assassins. Complex included Capcom vs. Sega as 6th fighting game crossover that would like to see the most in 2012. Imagine Joe Musashi clashing with Capcom's Strider Hyrule. His popularity, however, has been declined due to Sega not including him in any recent games since his last title, especially among the new generation of gamers. In 2008, when readers of IGN voted on which of the two ninjas would win in a Hero Showdown contest, Joe Musashi or Ryo Hayabusa of Tecmo's Ninja Gaiden and the Dead or Alive series. Hayabusa won easily with 82% of the votes. In 2002, GameSpot featured Musashi in this article discussing forgotten gaming mascots, but nevertheless calling him one of the greatest video game ninjas of all time. Now that's debatable. I don't know if Ryu Hayabusa would in fact defeat Joe Musashi. I don't know. If you asked me who's the better ninja, I would probably say Ryu Hayabusa because I played more of him. There's more games of Ryu Hayabusa, so you got a better understanding of what he can actually do. And it's a damn shame that Sega or any mate like Sony or anybody today, Xbox, that they've just allowed this character, Shinobi's character, to just basically fade away. And it's a shame because, I mean, how cool would it be if they, revitalized the Shinobi series? And I'm not saying make a 3D, game, because those are pretty hard to do. They can make a 2D retro style Shinobi classic, a rebirth, if you will, a reimagining, whatever. And I think it would do awesome. I would definitely buy the game. So, but to go back on what I was saying about the Ryu Hayabusa, which I'm going to take a look at him. We're going to get into just about every ninja character that we can come up with. I mean, I probably won't go through every video game ninja character. I mean, there's so many of them, and I wouldn't be able probably to do an accurate video on all of them anyways, but I'm going to try. And I will definitely get the Ryu. But to go back to what I'm saying, I think there's so much potential with Joe Musashi that, you know, the Sega Genesis versions, the Mega Drive, the Game Gear, even the arcades back in the day, uh, you know, there's only so much they could do with the hardware back then. You know, it's not like the treatment that they gave Ninja Gaiden when he went 3D, and you could really see, okay, wow, you know, he can use all these different weapons, and he's got all these different skills, and he can jump off of walls and stuff, which Joe can do the same thing. I'm almost positive that Joe can use nunchucks, bow sticks, uh, you know, smoke bombs and all that cool stuff that Ryu has been known to use. I know for a fact that he has the ability to jump off of walls, and you know, so he's got the athletic prowess, probably the same or maybe better, you know, than Ryu Hayabusa. So it's not really fair to judge them both yet on who's the better ninja. I'm going to take a look at it and, you know, and maybe come to that conclusion. But Joe really needs more attention. There needs to be more, you know, at least one or two more updated video game adaptations of him, so we can actually get a better sense of what he can actually do. I know the PS2 versions were, you know, 3D kind of, but I didn't really play a lot. I mean, I had the first one, the first Shinobi on the PlayStation 2. I didn't get the second one where you play as his wife. They're cool games, and I like them a lot. And I think that, you know, they show a lot more than the 2D Genesis versions of what Joe can do. But he needs his own game now. We're talking about, this is the year 2022 during this recording, and he just needs some more love, man. He needs some more attention. It's just give him his own game. You know, bring him back from the dead, and let's see what he can really do. You know, but yeah, he's just such a cool character, iconic to me. I mean, when I think of ninjas, he's definitely up there. I mean, I would say he's right there with Ryu Hayabusa in my opinion. Like I said, I don't know if he's better, but he's definitely up there in the top 3 ninjas of all time. But yeah, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we're going to continue to dive into this. I'm going to really take a look at these ninjas, because I mean, I just love ninjas. I love ninja movies. I love kung fu movies in general, but yeah, the ninja is definitely my favorite protagonist. You know, samurais are cool and all that, but give me ninjas all day, every day. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you later. Alright, bye. Hey, it goes without saying, if you like this video, please consider subscribing, hit the like button, let me know in comments, and I'll talk to you later. Alright.